complaining all season.
How many players are we away from winning
season.
the title? How many players are we away from winning the title?
Maybe 3.
3, yeah?
Yeah.
And what,
I don't. I would like to sign 6, but I think we don't need too many players to go and win.
Okay.
Honestly, if we had a fit team this year, I think we give Liverpool a run for their money.
No. I didn't say run for the money. Did we get over the line? Because you're defending Jesus.
I do think we would have beat Liverpool this season if we were fully fit and we didn't have injuries. But injuries are a factor, and you cannot fault them at all.
Bro, based on what would we win if we had these players available? We've had Jesus available when we've been in league title races, not been able
Bro, Northside, at our best, I think we're better than Liverpool. I think Liverpool this season have been kind of lucky that Arsenal and Man City have had their issues, but at no fault of their own, they've been amazing and they deserve it. But at the same time, a little bit of fortunate luck that other teams fell away due to their own issues.
Wow. So who on this bench do you rate on the bench?
Bro,
when everyone's fully fit, who on the bench do you rate?
When everyone's fully fit, Jesus on the bench, that's a decent option. Trossard's on the bench, that's a decent option. If I'm not mistaken, Miles Skelly, Ethan would be on the bench. Those are decent options. That's 4 quality bench players right there, right? Then if I go to Jorginho, he's going to be on the bench. That's a decent option. When you need somebody to come on. If I'm not mistaken, we're going to have either Partey, Mikel Merino, or Declan Rice on the bench. Your choice. Those are decent options. Defensively, either one of Timber or Ben White or Calafiori are going to be on the bench with Miles Skelly. That's decent options right there. And then only person I'm going to say is not really a decent option is probably Zinchenko, Kieran Tierney, and Kivior.
That's it. Everybody else is decent option, huh?
Everyone else is decent, good enough to win us the league, bro. I'm seeing Man City and Liverpool. You don't need a perfect team to win the league. Look at Liverpool's team right now. They're not perfect. They don't have an option off the bench for Gravenberch. He's been able to stay fit the whole season. They don't have an option off the bench for Van Dijk and Konate. Let's be honest. The guys off the bench are a horny little kid like what's his name, Quagmire, and then they got Gomez, who's not all that either. They don't have no clear option at left back. Sorry, they do have an option off left back, but yeah, they don't have, and their forward line is no better than ours.
Their forward line is no better than ours.
Yeah, Mo Salah is superior to everything we have, but outside of that, the rest of it is average.
So he's not part of the forward line?
No, I'm saying Mo Salah and Saka.
Gakpo's been better than Martinelli and Trossard this season. You're going to debate me?
Has Gakpo been better than Havertz?
Bro, of course he's been better than Havertz. But Havertz, before he got injured, wasn't even scoring goals, bro. What are you talking about, bro? He went for a purple.
How many goals does Gakpo have right now?
What's man talking about? No, hold on. Don't.
How many goals does Gakpo have right now? In the league, bro.
Don't be disrespecting, bro.
How many goals does Gakpo have in the league right now?
Now it's about goals, yeah? Now it's about goals.
No. Because we're talking about forwards.
When it's a winger, it's about goals.
1 second. We're talking about forwards. We're talking about forwards.
They're all forwards. You told me strikers not all about goals. It's
1 second, no, but we're talking about a forward line. If we're talking about a forward line, we're talking about forward players and what they bring to the table. Gakpo this season, 8 goals, 3 assists in 26 games. Havertz, 21 games, 9 goals, 3 assists. Now, is Gakpo having a better season? Yes, his team's going to go on to win the league. But is Havertz and Gakpo, is it that different? Is that far off output-wise? No.
Cool. So why isn't Mbeumo outscoring him then? Cool.
Same thing with Luis Diaz.
Why isn't
Same thing with Luis Diaz. What the hell is Luis Diaz
outscoring him then? Why is players like that?
My point is, Liverpool's attack.
When you're defending Havertz, yeah. Now that you're defending Havertz, yeah.
No, I am telling you.
Hold on, no. Let me say something. No, because you're moving it now. Because at the start, I was talking about numbers, and you said to me, it's not just about numbers. It's about what they're doing to bring to the team. Then you're talking about, yeah, but has he scored as much as Havertz? When I told you, Mbeumo, Mateta, Bowen, Wisa, all these players are outscoring him. Chris Wood outscoring him. You were like, yeah, but it's not just about that. It's about what they bring to the team. So what is it? Because they're all attackers, bro. Whether they're right winger, left winger, or
can we take Saka and Salah out of this discussion because they're superior to everybody else on that show? Fair,
bro. I'm not taking nothing because it's part of their team.
Okay. Mo Salah is the best player out of both attacking teams. The second best player on both attacking teams is who? Bukayo Saka. Am I wrong?
Yeah, cool. But they still got the better right
Okay,
winger.
now who's third?
Who's third? I need to look at the numbers. For me,
I
Gakpo's
think
been
the
playing
third
better.
best attacking
Gakpo's been playing
option
better.
for both teams is Kai Havertz.
Nah, not Kai Havertz.
And then after that, you can say if you want to put Cody Gakpo in. Then after that, it's Trossard. Then after that, then you can put the Jotas and the whatever you want to put in there. But I personally think Liverpool's attack versus Arsenal's attack is superior without a striker signing, without a left winger signing. They just have Mo Salah, who is a level raiser and gets 70% of their GA, bro. They don't. I'm telling you, when I'm judging Liverpool's attack, I'm telling you, outside of Salah, they don't have much, bro.
Everything you're talking about is irrelevant. Do you know why? Yeah, because you're
why?
Because
they win the league.
No, do you know why it's irrelevant? Yeah, because ultimately, it's about who's got the better squad in it. Do you know what they have? We don't.
They don't have a better squad.
They've got players that have got over the line. They've got genuine world-class players that have been there, done that, proven to be world-class at the elite level. They got the experience. They've got a manager that actually has experience of winning stuff. We don't have that, bro. And that is why we're in a position.
The Eredivisie, Ten Hag had that too, bro. It don't mean shit.
If you don't rate the Eredivisie, why do you rate an Arteta that's a novice then? Make that make sense.
Because Arteta's been able to do it in the Premier League, bro.
What's he meant to do? Bro, he's just won the league. Bro, Slot just won the league. You don't rate him. But then
Slot is not a better manager than Arteta. Arteta would have won the league with this Liverpool team if he had that injury luck. Arsenal would have won the league if he had that injury luck.
What are you talking about? Bro, this guy came to a squad, yeah? He came to a squad that's not his. You said your words. The end of last season, you said they needed a massive rebuild. I'm expecting them to go for a rebuild. This guy came into Liverpool. He's got the best out of Gravenberch, which they weren't rating last season. He's got more out of Gakpo. He's got a tune out of Diaz during the season, yeah? Even though we know that...
He's still rubbish.
Yeah, he's still got... Don't matter. He's still improved more players than I've seen Arteta improve.
He improved the player who's still rubbish.
Hold on. Even when they had a centre-back injured, yeah, he still weathered that storm. When he had a goalkeeper out, Callagher was also cooking to the point where a lot of people forgot Alisson was injured, yeah? This guy, has gone into a team where the one player that he was given, that everyone was laughing at, Chiesa, he barely even needed to use him. And he's improved players that had a massive question mark on their head. Even Sloboslai, a midfielder that has limited ability.
YouTube Premium is
like a midfielder that has limited ability. He's made him look good enough to get over the line to win the league. Whether you want to go, this whole discussion about my player is better than your player, do you know what? Ultimately, it doesn't matter. This ain't boxing, this ain't tennis. It's a team sport. And ultimately, they got a better squad and a better manager, and they're getting over the line. That is the difference.
All right, one
That's
second.
it.
Rubbish. That's the thumbnail. Rubbish. I'm telling you. That's the thumbnail right there. Rubbish.
So our team's better, yeah?
Flip this. Bro, okay. You're chatting shit. Mo Salah, Van Dijk, Trent. That's the core of Liverpool's team. Ryan Gravenberch has been great also. McAllister has been great also. Arne Slot is not in phase 1. He is in phase 5. He has a team that has already competed for the league the last couple of years.
You didn't rate them, so don't come up with that.
Has a team.
You didn't rate them.
He has a team that has fallen off the last couple of years due to injuries. And
you never said that at the end of last season.
Year,
try it.
This year, with a relatively healthy squad and other teams going through the injury crisis that they've gone through, they have been fortunate enough to maintain their levels and kind of transform their team a little bit where they preserve their energy a little bit more, which I will give Slot credit for that. But overall, there's nothing groundbreaking of what he's doing. He basically took a ready-made team. Put a little bit of his spin on it, and he's gotten them over the line. But that's off the back of the brilliance of Mo Salah. If Mo Salah doesn't score 13
penalties, a ready-made team. You're being disingenuous, Igal, because at the end of last season, you didn't look at that squad and say they're going to be in a title race next season.
No, because I was naive.
Okay,
cool. Hold my hand up.
Thank you. So they are a lot better than what you're giving them credit to. The way you were naive.
Mo Salah is.
It's not just Mo Salah, bro.
If Mo Salah is not doing what he's doing today, this team comes nowhere near the league title. And that is a fact.
God.
Mo
Oh
Salah
my
has single-handedly said, "Get on my back. We're going to win this league," and that's what he's done.
Cool. So isn't it impressive that our managers come from a league you don't rate, even though you love a gal, yeah? You love Arteta. He's come to a
Everyone
league,
loves me. Come on, guys.
of course. He's come to a league where you said at the start of the season they're not going to be in a title race. It's going to be between Arsenal and Man City. He's not had all his players. He's not been backed. Even January. Hold on.
Never got injured.
Let me land my point. Hold on. Let me land my point. And you can say what you got to say. Yeah. He came into a team that you said are regressing, that need a rebuild, that are not going to be in a title race. A team, that need to upgrade on Robertson. You could agree on that. They need another DM for rotation because they've got McAllister, great Gravenberch, but they need rotation. They need a striker that you rate, because let's be real, Jota was injured at the start of the season. He's had loads of injuries. Darwin Núñez, we don't really rate like that. I don't even rate like that. Slobbo, that is limited, He doesn't have a winger that you rate that highly because you said Kai Havertz is the third best out of our attack, And he's been able to get over the line, even when he had injuries to his centre-back, even when he had injuries to his main goalkeeper. This ain't his squad, and he was able to get over the line. If that's not impressive, how is it impressive a manager in Arteta that we've both agreed, didn't go out there and buy a striker that could put the output of Aubameyang, has been able to build his team? Let's be real. When we bought Declan Rice, you said if Arteta wants him, I want him. Great signing. You never said the board ain't backing him. You were happy when we got Zinchenko. You were happy when we got Jesus. You were happy when we got Havertz. You were happy when we went and got Sterling. You were happy when we went and got Trusty, Runnison, flipping Calafiori, Moreno, and we're still
Why are you lying to the people? When did
you weren't happy when
I'm happy about Trusty? You're going mad, bro.
You're happy about all of it.
I'm happy about an NPC American guy that's just being used to flip.
Which signing weren't you happy about then?
What signing was I happy about? How about that? Let's flip it that way.
No. You told me when I said which one of the bench do you not rate? You said Zinchenko, and you said another player. Which else?
Yeah, but how did you take
it to the level? So you're happy with Moreno because he's part of the bench.
Bro, you've taken it too far.
No, because you said you can't say you don't rate them. You said
I rate Trusty.
You
bro,
said
I rate Trusty. Once again, people don't catch your slide digs. Man takes it to the level where he's saying, you rate Trusty, you rate Fabio Vieira, you rate Lokonga, you rate Eddie Nketiah.
Did you call it out?
What are you doing, bro?
Did you call it out?
Of course.
Okay, you called it out. You told me when I asked you about the bench.
I have tweets saying
when I asked you about the bench.
I have tweets saying Austin Trusty is a FIFA
when I
NPC.
asked you about the bench, you said you basically rate 95% of this bench.
I think this team we have this year is superior to Liverpool's. They've just been able to stay fit and better than us for majority of the season. Fair play, they won the league, but I think Man City have a superior team to our team. But